Happy Sunday, everybody. Today is January 12th, and today is my day 115. Excuse me. And today is a guide to surviving without Wi-Fi. Surviving without Wi-Fi in this day and age sounds impossible. But don't panic because there is life beyond the signal. I grew up without Wi-Fi. We had rotary landline phones. Sometimes we had cordless landline phones. We had the old dot matrix computers. And, so VHS tapes, there's so many things that kids these days don't realize we had to do without, or even my generation not realizing that our parents' generation had to do without. So first of all, let's embrace the art of offline entertainment. You can grab a book. There's buildings in most towns and cities that are called libraries that have thousands of books in all different topics, fiction, fact, nonfiction, love stories. I mean, there's history books. There's a lot of really neat things in those buildings called libraries. You can play a board game. There's a lot of different board games that are nostalgic for me, and there's a lot of new ones too. Or you could even dust off those old DVDs because, everything is moved from DVD to Blu-ray and Blu-ray to streaming. Not very many people have Blu-rays, probably less have DVDs, probably even less have VHS tapes. I have all three. You'd be surprised at how much fun life can be when you're analog. There's so many things, can connect with nature, reconnect with nature, go for a walk, have a picnic, or just sit outside and soak up the world around you. When I was a kid, a teenager, summers, we left the house as soon as the pool opened, and we didn't get home till after the pool closed. Every day, unless it was a ball game day, and if we had a softball game that day, we couldn't go to the pool. There's so many different things. I was involved in Girl Scouts, and we would go hiking, and we would go on camping trips. I thank my mom for getting me out in nature, doing those kind of things. She was an amazing Girl Scout leader. She always, took us to took us to see and do new things on our outings. So, it was a lot of fun. I've got a picture of my mom and I. Oh, I don't know. I was a brownie, so I was probably first grade. If I recall correctly, I had pigtails. I was in my brownie uniform, and we were walking in the St. Patrick's Day parade that year. She did so many things with us outside. It's amazing how refreshing it feels to unplug and simply exist and remember those things that my mom did with me as a child, that, I was able to do some of those things with Cassidy when she was a child. For Girl Scouts, but then Kyle wasn't ever really a scouting kid. He was never really a kid to play ball, inside or outside, soft or baseball, basketball, football, soccer, anything. He likes basketball, but that's really about it. Now, if you're feeling productive, you could use that time to tackle projects that you've been putting off. Organizing your closet. I do that about once a year. Cook a new recipe. My husband does that several times a week. And he really doesn't use recipes. He just makes things up as he goes along. And 9 times out of 10, it tastes really darn good. And he doesn't write down what he puts in it. So then we never know, he never knows how to recreate it. Or you could finally write, you could write in a journal. And most importantly, you should connect with people. Talk to your family and friends. Don't just text. Face-to-face talk. Playing card games or reminiscing about the good old days before Wi-Fi ruled our lives. So surviving without Wi-Fi is not impossible, as I give this live speech on the internet using Wi-Fi. I guess I wouldn't be able to do this without Wi-Fi, but it is a chance to rediscover the joy of being present in your life. You might even enjoy being on analog. Give it a try. Go out and connect with the world. Maybe not today, especially in Northeast Kansas where it's really cold outside. But, any chance you get, try to live without Wi-Fi. Put together some puzzles, play some games, or, go to an old friend's house that you haven't seen in a while just for a visit. Let me know how it goes. Comment below, shoot me a private message, or you can connect with me at strategy@lindsaystoddle.com. Thanks.